Hello, in this video I shall be discussing 5 topics. The first topic is IIP. The full form of it is Index of Industrial Production. So as the name itself says, this is an index which gives report about or indices about industrial production in our country. And this index is released by Central Statistical Organization or CSO. So that deals with the statistics of various things. So one such thing is industrial production statistics. So IIP is released by Central Statistical Organization. This is under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, MOSPI. Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation looks after CSO, which gives the index of IIP. And this gave a report recently about industrial production of India, as like every time. And the industrial production in India is very important in the wake of 2020 lockdown and all, because the production came low and all the market was low. So this data showed some important statistics and a positive growth also. So this IIP data of 2020 at the end of 2020 showed that by December 2020 the whole industrial production grew by 1%. This is a positive trend because the whole year prior to December was all having a contraction. Even in November 2020, the industrial production was contracted by 1.9% when compared to the previous months. But in 2020 December, it grew by 1%. So this is a positive trend in which we are seeing good industrial production getting back into its original form. So this is a positive report given by IIP about December 2020. And as a whole, the manufacturing sector also grew by 1.6% in December. So December showed a positive report. This is some index about industrial production in India. The next topic is Vigyan Jyoti program. So Vigyan Jyoti program is not a new program, but the second phase of the program is recently released. We shall see about that. This is launched by the Department of Science and Technology, so DST. So the Department of Science and Technology, in view of meritorious girls in high schools, it released this program of Vigyan Jyoti, which means that these meritorious girls in high schools will be given good chances to explore various fields in their higher education. So after they complete their high schools, they go to their higher education, and in higher education they are given chances to pursue some important subjects because they are meritorious. So this is giving a fillip to girl students, especially this is about girl students of high school, and they are creating a field with giving good education to these girls in their higher education through giving a chance to study some important subjects called STEM. The STEM subjects are science, technology, engineering and mathematics, so that they can have a good science career in their future. So this is recently launched. The second phase of it is recently launched on February 11, 2021. So this is because that is the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. So to reiterate this importance also of that day of February 11th, this day is selected for launching the second phase, as this is about education of girls. So earlier there used to be 50 districts, and now 50 more districts are added into implementation of Vigyan Jyoti program. So totally now there are 100 districts in the country that are implementing Vigyan Jyoti program. So this is about a girl education program, we can say. The next topic is Ebola virus. So Ebola virus is a kind of virus that first took its outbreak in 1976. This is in news because even in February 2021 there is this outbreak of Ebola again in the Republic of Congo. So this is in news. The first outbreak was in 1976 near Ebola River. So based on the name of that river, this virus is given Ebola name, and this this has taken its outbreak in Democratic Republic of Congo earlier, and now also in the same place. This was earlier called by an old name called Ebola hemorrhagic fever. It used to be a fever and we used to call it with this name, but later it is changed to another name of EVD, that is Ebola virus disease. So now it is called EVD or Ebola virus disease. It spreads from wildlife to people basically, or initially it spreads from wild animals. Later the transmission or the spread happens with human to human transmission through liquid. So through body liquids or through blood in any other way, it transmits from human to human, initially from wildlife. So the symptoms are simple. It starts with fever, headache, pains, and later it goes into internal bleeding. So internal organs will bleed severely, which leads to organ failure and finally leads to death. So this is some medical thing about Ebola virus. And the most widespread outbreak of Ebola took place in 2013 to 2016, in that period. So the most widespread outbreak was called West Africa Ebola virus epidemic. That was a huge epidemic which lasted around for 3 years, that is from 26th December 2013 to 9th June 2016. So this is a very huge, very wide range of time. So because of this, it has become the most widespread outbreak, West Africa Ebola virus epidemic. Now in 2021, even in February, it has seen the outbreak. Earlier in 2020 also, it saw an outbreak in June in the same Republic of Congo. So there is this Ebola virus still living, and this is even a threat even today. The next topic is Niti village. Niti village is present in Uttarakhand, in Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. This is in news because recently there is a cloud burst happened over there. So because of that, Niti village has come into news. So Niti village is in a valley called Niti Valley of Joshimath. Niti Valley of Joshimath contains this Niti village. This is a very famous place because there is an outpost on Indo-Tibetan border, and that outpost is in this village. So this is, you can say, the last village in the Indo-Tibetan border. So if this is the border and this is the Tibetan side, this is the Indian side, this is the international border, and here there is Niti village. So this is a very important place strategically also, as this is bordering India and the last village going into Tibet. So this is also called as Niti border. Because of this cloud burst, there is a huge damage happened over there. So because of that, the Border Roads Organization has taken up a construction work now. So that is constructing Bailey Bridge, a bridge called Bailey Bridge, which is going to be 200 feet high. So this is about Niti village, why it is in news because of cloudburst, and why and how they are taking up this construction of Bailey Bridge. So this is about Niti village. So Bailey Bridge is now going to be in Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. The last topic for today is Shadow Prime Minister. So who is referred to as Shadow Prime Minister? He is the leader of opposition party. So the leader of opposition party is also called as Shadow Prime Minister. So we'll see about leader of opposition party now. So he must be the leader of the largest party in the house. So the largest opposition party in the house, they will choose a leader for themselves. So that leader will become the leader of opposition. So it must not just be the largest party, but it must have more than 1/10 of the strength. So it must not be less than 1/10 of the strength. It means it must be having at least 1/10 of the strength in the house. So without which it will not become the largest party, or it will not become having an opposition role. So the leader of the largest opposition party that has not less than 1/10 of the strength, it is the criteria for having the leader, for taking up the role of leader of opposition. Recently this is in news because Ghulam Nabi Azad, we know him, is a very famous person. He used to be the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha. Now it is he's gone because his term of leader of opposition is over. So after vacating Rajya Sabha term, as his term ends, M. Kharge has become the leader of opposition, new leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha now. He is a congressman. And later, to see something about leader of opposition, it is a statutory post. So there is no particular act by which this post is created, but there is an act which speaks about the salaries and allowances of the leader of opposition. So that act is Salaries and Allowances of Leader of Opposition in Parliament Act 1977. Based on this act, leader of opposition is appointed, but this is not enacted by any act, and this is a statutory post. So these are all the 5 topics for today, and thank you.